gifted ad man, creative genius, and a cultural provocateur, George Lois defined the turbulent 1960s with his iconic covers for Esquire magazine. In 2008, Lois was honored when his work became part of the permanent collection at the Museum of Modern Art. This spring, the exhibit was commemorated in a 190-page tome. Friends and fellow designers Isabel and Ruben Toledo hosted a party at New York's trendy Ace Hotel to celebrate the book's release.
Well, the show started in 2008, and the first month of the show, I got 1,600,000 hits on my website. So I said, I better produce a book. And of course, the fun of the book is that not only do I show the covers, but I tell a story about each one. And some of the stories are hilarious, you know.
George is one of the greatest natural resources we have, you know, for thought, and I think he's like a real founding father of American communication. To see all the covers put together in a book, what they originally started out being, which was a magazine, it's such a great thing.
I love that it's part of the museum now. I think that's amazing.
Partygoers reflected upon Lois's enduring influence.
I see it as being quite tremendous in multiple aspects. Advertising, media, his impact can be felt in various industries through all of his achievements through the years.
I guess it would be the big idea, you know. That's what it's all about. And that's what he always seems to relate to everything. And I think he's right. As long as you got the idea in your brain, you're going to do well.
I think that the fearlessness was a product of what the men's magazine was, Esquire. It was a combination of high culture meets low culture, vulgarity meets literature. And somehow that whole thing carried forward, even through the 60s.
Everything, the humor, again, the humanity, the idea that you don't have to be timid or well-behaved to do something. You know what I mean? You could sell and communicate in such a strong, vivid, humanistic way, and still do it in as a real class act. That's George to me.
Recently, the Society of Publication Designers and the Fashion Institute of Technology hosted a discussion with Lois and Wired Magazine creative director Scott Dadich.
You put the magazine on your knees, and it's like having a lap dance. You know?
Did you bring enough ones?
Yeah, I mean...
I said when I started the evening that I would not be in this field in magazines if it were not for George. I remember distinctly seeing his covers for the first time and just being blown away. I don't think there's a real magazine creative, whether that's a photographer or a designer, that really hasn't been profoundly influenced by George or his work. Bobby Kennedy and MLK and Jack at Arlington. I always am moved when I see it. It's sort of a profound statement and the purest graphic expression of those times and turmoil.
What's exciting is the Society of Publication Designers 5-6 years ago gave me their Lifetime Achievement Award for the Esquire covers. And so talking to them tonight is great fun. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to know that I've had something to do with inspiring young people. And I hope they can take what I say and go back to work and go to their editors and say, how about this for an idea? You don't design a magazine for your readers. You design it for what you know is right. And the readers will follow, you know. And that's what happened with Esquire, and that's what people should be doing today. I got Andy Wall drowning in a can of Campbell soup. You know, I got Muhammad Ali at St. Sebastian. That's taking the celebrity and adding an idea that knocks you out.
I would kill to collaborate with George on the cover of Wired. We've actually talked about that, so hopefully soon we'll see something like that on a Wired cover, maybe even on an iPad.
Sure. Are you kidding? I'm up for anything.